Okie dokie. Back again and waiting for Reed to return from doing dishes. So I figured I would make another build, at least as much of one as I can fit in the time period I have here. So this is kind of a preamble section, and basically I am having purchased some adapters recently. I did complete the challenge for them a long time ago, but now that I have a flywheel module again, which is a tier because I have it on the build wall, I figure that I might as well give them another go with the Echo Cabin. Beforehand, when I had the old perk for the, or rather when the adapters had the old perk, which is increased damage at lower durability, I used them alongside the Humpback Cabin, which is taking damage, increases damage dealt. So I basically used it as a, I don't know, I guess you could say Moskis build. With more damage it took, the more it dealt out. So, yeah, then they changed the perk, so now it's volleys that land all shots end up dealing more damage, which is pretty much a recycled perk from the Prometheus, but whatever. I've already lamented about it a bunch. But in any case, so I figured I would take my chances at making an autoloader build and getting that set up for adapters, since I think I have enough parts to do everything I want with it. So that will be kind of what I'm going to be doing here. Alright, how quickly I went from making sure that I didn't use reload weapons at all to, once I got the reloading modules, making like 5 different builds with them. But in any case, so I'm going to take this base and take off those. Do I actually have the reflect? Interesting, I don't actually have the reflectors on the blueprint either. I wasn't aware of that. I'm going to assume that was probably related to power score reasons, or I just took off the part without realizing and didn't put it back on. Anyway, so yeah, the plan is for this to be a triple adapter build, thus me picking up 3. To that end, I am not going to need fuel. I guess I could use fuel tanks. I wasn't explicitly thinking of using this as a PvP build, but in theory it could be. So I suppose I could keep those. Yeah, that should be fine. Alright, so I'm going to keep the flywheel, get rid of that, get that. And I'm going to use a Apollo generator, so I want to set my other pieces flat so I can put them side. And I can probably run something like that. Fits quite nicely. And I can just hash out the other modules I'll need. I will be using the benefit of the adapter's extreme range, so I will have a scope. And I will be using an engine, in this case the Colossus, for the extra power I get for maneuvering and the extra durability it's going to offer my hovers. So that sets me at basically like right at 75 kph, so even if I take these off and use something that doesn't have a 75 kph element, you can see it still only goes up to 75 kph there, so I am going to stick with the durable hovers, which I think works out anyway because it's a heavier build, and I don't want to have to buy 10 of the like light hovers to reach the tonnage limit, so I think it's going to take all 8 of these. Wow, and then some if I had more. Because it's what, 8,000, which takes basically 8 of these, and then I add another 2,500, so I could use another 2 Icarus 4s, but I don't have 2 more Icarus 4s. I could pick up some more. I don't know if it'll actually be necessary for this build. Oh, the price just went up. Yep. So I'm not so sure that it's in my best interest to pick up some more just for the sake of this one build, since most of my other ones seem pretty happy with just using 4. But anyway, I can probably just not max out on tonnage. Alright, so such a simple layout is not going to work due to these not playing nice shape. So I can instead do something like that. Though I guess realistically I could probably tighten this up to the cabin a bit more. If it lets me. But in theory, if I wanted to be a goober, I could do something like that and just have a nice little fire line with them cozied up on the cabin. But the inability to rotate means I definitely don't want to go that way. So yeah, I can use the extreme range of these batteries. So effectively, they obviously have some spread at that range. To be fair, it's also what, like 400 meters, 300 meters away. 150, yeah. It's pretty far away, so still better than a lot of weapons sans autocannons for range. Alright, so if I can't hide them behind the cabin very well. That might be approximately the end of this one. Doesn't seem too bad that I can't aim straight down for it, so I'll gauge things quite close at it and then gun block by the cabin. Say la vie. There's a fusion event going on. I wonder how feasible it would be to fuse these bad boys for accuracy. Well, you can't, so... rough. Alright, so I guess my plan to use them at insane distances is kind of moot if I can't decrease their crazy spread. I mean, I could do it with a Terraro cabin, but kind of defeats the purpose of having this whole thing planned out for the Echo cabin's increased reload speed, doesn't it? Doesn't seem to be really much of an improvement either, to be honest. I guess I might just not have that high of a range. Alright. Well, I can still use it at a decent distance. That's interesting. Doesn't really work with the space I have, but cool nonetheless. Don't know why they're so angry all the time about things not being able to aim up. I think the only one that's actually blocked from doing so is the... I'm not terribly worried about the ability to aim up. I guess if I were to be, all I'd have to do is just... makes it a lot harder to get stuff on the front. Sure, it's a non-issue. Basically, too, for me using it in PvP, I'd probably take off the Apollo and the one gun. Just run it like this. Made them less accurate. I feel like I was engaging things at that distance before without much problem. Oh well. particularly care for how wide those stick out. Unfortunately, I do not have step enough prestiges, so I don't have that sweet, sweet double wide fender. So my best bet would be effectively not fendering these guys in the middle. If I want them to split frames, I kind of need them to be different. That was way faster than I thought you were going to be. Bang. But is it the You were like half as long as you said you were going to be, you.
Yes, I got done a bit quicker.
Speedy AF. Alright.
It's the day of Sonic. No?
Sure seems to be. I am currently still trying to... Oh, that might be the solution. Well, make my other build.
Okay.
Take
your time. I got seasonals that I can still work on and stuff like that.
Alright.
Oh, also, very important, happy National Cheesecake Day.
Was not aware that that was a thing, but...
Neither was I. Facebook had other plans this morning.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain about something as phenomenal as that.
Mm-hmm.
Math is hard, but I think I finally figured out how to space out these hovers.
Okay. It's good to hear.
There's a lot. The entire bottom of the build is like 1 pip from perfection.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. Dang.
Seems to happen to a lot of your builds.
Yeah, far too many for my liking. It's certainly not perfect, but I think it's one of those is what it is scenarios, I'm afraid.
Yikes.
that's gonna have to do. And lo and behold, Regan, the plastic raid is a frontier defense. Care to join me in putting this build to the test?
Oh yeah, I'm game.
Cool. I am going to potentially need. Whoops. Hi, me again. Forgot that I was, you know, in the party chat on PC.
The suspense.
Yeah. There you go. It says you're currently in the game, so feel free to just join whenever you're done.
Just in the loading screen. So.
Build's pretty fly looking though, in any case, I think, so.
How many rates do you think we're getting?
Pardon?
Asking for fuel, how many do you think we're gonna get in?
I mean, I have enough fuel to get 2 done, so 80, but we don't have to do that if you don't want.
I got tons of fuel, so I'm good either way.
Alright. I mean, if it were me, I'd only put in 40 to begin with, but you do.
Sounds like
I also actually have the prompt with the actual amount, so.
okay.
See if this works out at all. Oh, I also definitely still have my fuel tanks. Oh well. The dude also definitely has double legendary cannons in his lower power square than me.
What's up?
One of our teammates is running 2 legendary cannons, and they are a lower power square than me, and I'm just running 3 epic guns. But I also have a shit ton of others, so. Like literally all the ones I own, and if I could have owned more, I would have put more on. So. Oh, somebody's using the fortunes.
I think it's the big pink.
Yeah. Interesting choice.
Also has a cap. You know, just completely. You know? Other than the enemies shooting off my scope, this is pretty chill. Like not having to worry about ammo or cooldown or anything. Just lots of shooting, especially because I can hit them pretty much across. Very nice. Which ones are you using again?
The adapters, the
Okay.
epic uncategorized weapons. So I used them before when they had their overworks or
Okay.
This is the first time I've used them since they. So once again, the Echo Cabin becomes the best ones to use it, which is unfortunate because pretty much every other reload weapon is already kind of in that same boat.
Yeah, so you still have the challenge for this one, or?
Nah. Nah, I finished it with that one, but picked them up because, like I said, it might have been interesting with the new reloading module in Echo Cabin now that I have hovers. Beforehand, I just used it on the, like, the track combat.
Glad to hear they're doing it, so.
There's also like a complete lack of echo adapters with the flywheel on Exhibition, so gotta fill that niche, get all those internet points.
Of course. So you think I'll give this one a go in hard reads or not?
I mean, I'll keep the build around, because why not? Like I said, I really like the shape of it, the way that it looks in program, so. Can probably give it a go in hard raids. That being said, it's gonna have to be like something pretty Mickey Mouse, like Wolverine data that for me to feel confident with it. I wouldn't really want to risk it on like Steel Cradle, considering how we've still gotten losses for it this week, and that's with the Cyclone grab. So.
Yep. Makes sense.
The only thing I've lost so far is like a couple of pieces of armor which are admittedly more decorative than functional, and my looks like I have also lost a single train line. Otherwise, not too damaged. About half of it. Should be okay for the bulk of hard raid stuff.
Using the new beefy rain plow or just
Nah, I tried, but it's like so it takes up like 4 pips high worth of space, but its actual like mesh is only like 3-ish. So it left my frames exposed, or it left the connection parts exposed, and I didn't really care for either of those. So I just have done 2 regular train plows instead. That being said, I think the freight train plow has better stats than the train plows. So could use it, I would, but just the mesh doesn't really fit.
Yikes.
Mind you, at this power score too, if I did take in carb and multiplayer, it would be a rather simple task for a Scorpion to just blow off all of the hovers on one of my sides, since they're like, I have them fendered where they're connected to the build, but otherwise like the actual hover parts are just completely exposed. So
Yikes. Like, the good news, I guess, is you don't see a lot of Scorpions multiplayer, but
well, I mean, you do if you queue at 13,000.
I forgot about the power score. Yeah, that might be a bit of an
I think I'd probably just take off the Apollo generator and one of the adapters if I did want to run it there, because in general epic weapons don't really belong above 10,000 power score from what I've seen. Like rare exceptions like the Tackler on spiders, although those have been moved. chance of using super long range. But those are, you know, exception.
Yeah. So you fully moved over to the new phone?
To the what?
The new phone?
More or less. I still have my old one like turned on, and I charge it when it's low on battery and whatnot. The only thing I think I actually still need to do on the new phone is sign into my other email accounts. I have the main one with the Google email set up. Getting used to it, its functions and whatnot. And definitely disabled Bixby immediately as per your suggestion.
So bad. Good choice.
So I'm not going to pretend that normal raids are the be-all end-all, but the fact that I was worried about having fuel tanks on the build originally, and that has been like literally a non-issue, and we're on the final wave of 2 things. Pretty spicy.
You good?
So yeah, I don't think I'll spend the fuel to do the hard raid, because I think we still have we had the mulligan, but otherwise we won everyone. So
Haha.
oh well, you don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't need to spend my last 60 fuel, so I will probably hold on to that just on the off chance something comes up that I need to use it for.
Okay.
If fail multiple raids for hard mode, or if me using this in the hard raid tomorrow causes it to be a fail, for instance.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
Well, I guess that being said, what's the plan after this?
All I got was crossed out. I hadn't really thought of anything else.
Okay. Well, because I mean, we could work on the school fusion build, and that does have the that does have fuel tanks on it. So I could spend I could run this again, since I do have the fuel, and then hopefully recoup it when we play multiplayer later if you want to do that, or if we just want to do Steel Championship, in which case I don't really, like I said, want to spend the fuel since it's my last 60.
Okay. I'd be game for some building. We can hold off on doing this again. See how far we get with the building.
Yeah, mine's pretty much done, so it's just a matter of getting yours to mesh with mine.
Okay. I think I still have it. I want to say maybe.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same anymore since I moved stuff.
Okay. Psych on that one.
Like, it'll be a start, but And then, so you said you're going to keep an eye out for Division 2 to go on sale and or what it's like on Steam. And then what did you want to do, if anything, for Tarkov?
If I can buy it on Steam, I'm a little bit, like, you know, less concerned about picking it up.
Because of the refund policy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty easy thing to check.
Yeah. Otherwise it's gonna probably be a sort of hold off until, I either get super, oh, I want to play it right now, or it comes to Steam or released or sort of stuff.
So I got, like, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 patches. One of which was first place, and another of which was don't die. And I got 30 plastic from that. So yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, at least for plastic farming, this is an adequate build. The question is, was that raid faster than our other frontier defensives, which I kind of doubt, admittedly. Felt long, but maybe not. Maybe I just, yeah, no, there was a 15-minute raid almost, so a little bit of length to it. But I think I would call this build a pretty much success overall.
Yeah, it wasn't bad at all.
I am going to give it the ability to jettison the scope though, because I did not have that, and thus when my scope fell off and I was low on health, I turned around to use the back armor of the build, and my scope mount was in the way, so can hopefully rectify that.
So Escape from Tarkov is currently not available on Steam because it's still available, or still in beta, only available through its own launcher. Game is definitely coming to the platform sometime in the future, but considering how long it's been in beta, its schedule's been shifted around.
Seems fair, pretty much in line with what we thought in any case.
Yeah. So, that one definitely a little bit more hesitant on, especially, and so I'll probably hold off on that one for a bit, but, The Division, wait. Seems good. For the bus builds that I have on hand, I have the Bastion one that's like longer, and then looks like I have a wider one that was the side version of it.
Right, the spider build, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. Just gonna finish up this real quick.
Do you know if the Division has, like, cross-play, cross-platform play? Like if I got it on Steam, would I be able to connect?
You'd have to check. I don't recall hearing anything about it, but that's obviously not to say that they don't.
Okay. I'll take a look. Oh, even better, it looks like Steam has a free hour, or a free trial on, yeah.
Well, it's good for trying it out, not so good for playing afterwards, potentially. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I have no qualms with just saying it's probably okay to just experience by yourself, get used to it, and see if it's for you, so.
Yeah, no, it's 6 hours and of gameplay co-op.
It's what? They gave you a 6-hour trial?
By the looks of it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, it's probably not going to take you that long to figure out if you like the game or not. That's it's pretty hot. I'll go with that.
Mhm. Got some stuff I gotta get done this weekend, but can definitely toss that on the list to try and do.
Okay, so I am going to blow this build, I guess, and it is going to replace. Well, I don't even know.
Same.
Kind of tempted to just get rid of the low clearance build I made, the wheels.
Gotta get more spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do. I mean, like, I have the Mi-24, the helicopter, and that needs to be updated, but I don't have the fireworks or the wheels for it anymore. And I have the 2 autocannon builds, which I kind of need to wait and see if they still want fit. I have my 2, like, tank builds. So many things. Fusion build, silo, and then the seaplane.
It's gonna be a yikes from me.
Yeah. I did want to rework the Stampede at some point, so I guess I will download that and then work on it at some other point in the time. Upload this one in its place. Yeah, that's the plan. so I will upload as this.
Also, just saw it on Facebook now. Looks like they're starting up walk-in clinics for that. You don't gotta schedule an appointment, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so for the school kit cannon build. So I will stop the stream and then may as well do another one because lol building anyway.